Okay. All right, we're good.
We're good? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah.
joining me. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you on. For those of you that don't know, I'm on your screen is the talented Super Falcons player, Michelle Alozie. She recently made her debut for Nigeria and scored her first goal as well. I'm just going to be having a quick chat with her, running through some questions that you guys sent and talking a little bit about her background, her football journey so far.
Sure.
Keeping it short and sweet. Okay. So first of all, Michelle, thank you for joining me. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. This is so exciting. I'm so excited to have this talk.
Yeah, and I'm excited to talk to you as well. The fans have been asking a lot of questions about you. That's why I wanted to bring you on. I'll just get right into it. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where were you born? And
Mhm.
we know you're American, we know you're Nigerian. So, can you just give us a little bit about the background?
Yeah, sure. I was born in San Diego, California. A 97 baby. I'm kind of young. And kind of grew up there for a little bit and then moved up to kind of like the mountains of Southern California for a little bit. Um, but then my parents are obviously born in Nigeria. We're all from Imo State, from Owerri. And yeah, that's a little bit about me and my background.
Nice. So, how exactly did you get into football, or as the Americans call it, soccer?
Yeah.
It's not the main sport over there. So, how did you get into that?
Well, I'm the youngest child. I have two older sisters, and honestly, I just did whatever they did. And so they decided to pick up soccer because our older cousins played soccer. And so I just also did it because I wanted to be just like my older sisters. So,
And I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, that's the story of a lot of people. And did you end up being the best of
Mhm.
the sisters?
I think so. They might say otherwise, but I definitely think so.
Nice, nice. Okay. So when you were growing up as a young girl, who were maybe some of the footballers that you looked up to that you tried to emulate?
Right. Well, I always had speed and power. Those are just kind of like the basics of like me as a person, as an athlete. So I really loved watching Mario Balotelli. He was the main reason why I was number nine growing up. And I just liked how he played. He played with a lot of power, a lot of strength. He didn't really take a lot from people, so I thought he was great. And I also really liked watching Edison Cavani too, and also a number nine. They were probably the two that I tried to emulate the most.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll switch topics really quickly. People
sure.
want to know about your connection with Nigeria. How much of Nigeria does she have in her blood?
Oh
So
no.
let
Okay.
me ask you about that. Growing up,
Sure.
was your household like a Nigerian, very Nigerian household in the States? How much of a connection did you actually have?
I think there's a lot of connection there, and I felt like, especially growing up, I felt like in America, especially, I felt a disconnect with the like Black Americans here in
Mm,
America because of my Nigerian roots that we had in my household, and just going to all the Nigerian connect or conventions, doing all of this stuff, and being so tightly knit in the Nigerian community. I felt like a disconnect from the
um,
Black Americans here. So I feel like my parents did a great job making sure that the Nigerian culture was surrounded us at all times.
and have you ever been to Nigeria?
Yeah, I have.
You have. How many, like,
Yeah,
since when you were younger, like as a grown up?
it was in 2015,
Oh, nice. Recently,
so
pretty
6 years
recently.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were supposed to go again last year, but then obviously COVID and stuff happened, so we're trying to wait to go hopefully next
Oh,
year,
nice, nice. That's
as a family.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you're in Nigeria, what's your favorite food? What do you like to eat?
My go-to is honestly, okay, honestly, the thing I ate the most when I was out there was fried egg and plantains. Like like I would eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't
Wow.
know why, but it was like my go-to. But also just a good jollof rice is good. I used to love egusi soup a lot and obono soup a lot, but now I'm vegan, so I
Oh,
can't
you're vegan.
really. I am, so I can't
Wow.
really eat those anymore, but I can still have a pretty good jollof rice just with that. Yeah.
Every time I meet a Nigerian vegan, I just feel sad for them. I'm like, wow.
It's not the same. It's not the
Yeah.
same. It's a struggle.
Okay. Let's talk quickly about national team. So this is
Sure.
something that we see in the men's side of football and the women's side of football. So many dual
Hmm.
nationality players. You were born in the USA to Nigerian parents.
Hmm.
A lot of fans ask this question. Were you dreaming to represent the USA, or did you growing up wanting to play for Nigeria?
I grew up actually wanting to play for Nigeria. You can ask any of my friends. I thought it would be like a great way to just like represent the family and my family and show that like above all things, like I am Nigerian, even though I was born in America, I am Nigerian. So it was always a big hope for me to play for the Nigerian national team.
Okay, that's good to hear. I'm sure a lot of fans will be
Yeah.
happy. Will be happy to hear that. So can you now
Yeah.
tell us how did you get that first call up? Because honestly, like you were not someone that a lot of people were very aware of.
Right.
And we
Hmm.
hadn't heard much about you being brought into the team, and we saw you and we were impressed by you. So can you tell us how did you get that
Thank
call up?
you. Yeah, honestly, like all the stars kind of aligned. So I knew they were coming to Houston for the summer series. And since I'm with the Houston Dash right now, I just had my coach at Houston Dash reach out to the coach for Nigeria, Randy, because he was also an old Houston Dash coach. So there was that connection. And I just asked if I could maybe practice with them or if they can come and watch one of my scrimmages while they were out here. And they agreed to do that, and they came. And then they saw me play. They invited me to practice. They saw me practice, and then I ended up getting on the roster. It kind of just happened really fast.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing. And
yeah.
how did you feel getting to the camp, meeting the players and actually, becoming a part of the team?
I mean, it was pretty crazy. Like, I remember always watching Franny Ordega, and so to just practice with her, I was like, wait, this is insane. And then also when as you saw the game, I was like,
Whoa.
this is wild right now.
Yeah.
So it was like amazing. They were all very welcoming once we kind of like
Mm.
started to mingle. But it was really exciting, and I had a lot of fun.
Amazing. That's good to hear. And that was
Yeah.
going to be my next question. I was going to ask you, what is like playing with those players? Ebionome was in the squad, 5 World Cups. That's something that almost nobody has done. Player like
Hmm.
Hazrat Oshoala, 4 African Player of the Year awards.
Yeah.
Being a part of that team, how did it feel?
Hmm.
And also looking at the amount of young talent that we have in the team. Ajibade, we have Tony Payne, we have a lot of
Yeah.
young players. So how does it feel to just be a part of this, squad right now in this moment?
Yeah, I mean, so your first question, just practicing and playing with some of these big names, it's exciting and it's just I'm grateful to have this opportunity. They're very hard on everyone, but it's because they expect a lot from us. Like you said, we are a young team, so we have a lot of potential, and they see it. We all see it. Yeah, having people like Tony Payne, it's just exciting to see where the Nigerian team can lead up with all this young talent that we have. And I'm excited to be a part of it so far.
And stepping on the field for the very first time,
Yeah.
making your debut, it's
Mm,
it's it's something that a lot of people dream of and it never happens. But you got to
mm.
live that moment. Can you just quickly take us through, making your debut?
Yeah, well, I don't know if many people know this, but I'm actually a striker.
Yeah.
Like I was saying about Telly Cavani, I'm a striker. So when the coaches came up to me and asked me how I felt about playing wing back, I was like, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get on this field right now. So I just kind of had to like mentally prepare to like switch my mindset from winger to more defensive minded. But once I got in the field, it was just so exciting. Like I literally couldn't believe it. Like this is literally a childhood dream of mine. And it felt really good, honestly.
And you hit the crossbar. It would have been amazing
Oh,
to score, man.
I know.
you know,
That would have been insane.
Yeah, I was watching that game and you already answered my next question. I was going to ask you like you're listed as a forward everywhere, so how come you played as a defender? And is that
Mhm.
something that you think is going to happen in the future, or like no, it was just this time?
I'm honestly not sure. I think I surprisingly did pretty well as an outside back. I know that I kind of relied a lot on my speed and strength a little bit because my positioning was pretty off if you watched my games, actually. But I mean, if that's where the team needs me to be, I'm happy to be there, honestly.
And I would say personally, I love the aggressiveness. You know, I mean, there were a few times I'm like, oh, she could calm down a little bit. But it was just
hmm
nice to see someone giving everything, even though it was friendly games, you know, just playing
hmm
so hard. So it's great to see. And
Yeah.
final question about the national team that I'll ask you is, what did it feel like playing against the USA? You know, the
hmm
country of your birth. You
hmm
know, facing them in the country, you know, they were launching their new stadium. I know we lost the game, but what was it
hmm
like playing against them?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was talking to my friend about it and I was saying like it's like my homeland versus like my motherland. Like
Mm.
it's crazy like this feud that's going on the field. But again, it was just surreal because I obviously watched a lot of them growing up as well, just being on the U or in the US. I obviously watched Rapinoe, Alex Morgan. I've watched all of them, Carly Lloyd. So the fact that I was like literally going against them was amazing, like on like my actual team with Nigeria. So it was amazing. Again, I'm so grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait to go against them
And I
again,
think
honestly.
I was gonna say, and I think there was a time you made a hard tackle on Megan Rapinoe. I was really happy.
It wasn't that hard.
Okay, and of course, sorry, of course, I have to ask one more question. You scored
Of
your
course,
first
go.
goal for Nigeria against
Mm,
Portugal. You know, you started
mm.
that amazing comeback. Can you just tell us what did that feel like?
It felt really great. Like, obviously, it's my first goal, so I really wanted to celebrate, but at the same
You're
time, like,
losing.
we were down 2-1. So it was like, okay, I had like a quick celebration, then I was like, wait, no, we're losing. Like, let's get this ball and let's go back at it. Asisa was also yelling at me. She was like, Michelle, get the ball. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, we were losing right
Yeah.
now. Like, I need to switch that back on. But after the game, obviously, it was fun to celebrate with the team. I'm really happy that I got that one out of the way, and I hope more is coming.
Nice, nice, nice. Very, very good to hear from you. You know, a lot of people were very impressed by you, I must say. You know, and even I'm sure a lot of people are now finding out for the first time that you're actually a forward, or maybe they saw it when we posted the flyer for this live. You know,
Yeah.
so it would be interesting to actually watch you as a forward and see, you know, the qualities that you can bring. If we're already so happy, you know, by the right back effort. Okay.
hmm
I'm going to let you go in just a couple minutes, but I want to just
Sure.
run through some fun, casual questions just to get to know you a
Okay.
little bit.
Yeah.
Um, so, what's your favorite jersey number?
9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather score a 30-yard screamer or dribble past 4 players and score?
Dribble past 4 players and
Mm,
score.
okay. Would you rather score the winning goal of the World Cup final or be the highest
Okay.
goal scorer of the World Cup and you don't win, you lose the final?
Oh no, definitely score the winning goal of the
Okay.
final.
Um,
Yeah.
would you rather be the best player on the worst team in the league or the
hmm
worst player on the best team in the league?
Best player, worst team in the
Best
league.
player, worst team. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather score one? Would you rather win 1-0 and you score the only goal, or win
Okay.
4-0 and you score the first goal?
4-0, 4-0, first goal.
4-0 first goal. You take that big
Yeah.
win. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather play in the rain or play in the snow?
Oh, rain.
Rain. Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather have your own signature boots, or would
hmm
you like to have an award named after you?
Ooh. Award.
Award. I
Yeah.
mean, it's more long lasting, more
Long
memorable.
lasting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Okay. And final question I'll ask you is the age old
Sure.
debate in modern football: Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
Messi.
Without
Okay.
doubt.
Yeah, without doubt. Okay. Can you
Without
just tell
doubt.
us a little bit why Messi? Let's just hear.
Because he's humble. He's like so good. Like Ronaldo flopper, I
Mm,
feel like he's a little cocky, he's a little into himself, which he should be. He's amazing.
yeah.
But Messi, he kind of just handles it like he's a pro. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like he's not cocky, he's humble with it. I feel like he's more of a team player and Ronaldo's like Ronaldo and the team.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Yeah,
okay. I'm done with my questions. I just want to acknowledge everyone in the comments. I can
sure.
see people saying, "Wow, that's my superstar, star girl, go Midge."
Huh.
Someone says the stars really align for you, like you said, with regards to your call up.
God's watching.
Africa Jaguar says Alozie is beautiful, Sha. She worked really hard.
Thank you.
Someone says a striker playing wing back like a natural defender. Someone says she can play in any position that makes her a superstar.
Oh, that's
Someone is
nice.
saying Megan Rapinoe had a terrible game that day. I
That
can,
also helps.
I can see Shea Groom is also shouting you out.
Okay, go
A
Shea
couple
Groom.
other people just, the love is real for you right now. Fusi Hype is also saying the hype is real from Canada. So
I
yes,
love that.
before I let you go, so what's your message to Nigerian fans? People that watched you in these three games, that liked you, that were
Mhm.
impressed by you. What can they look forward to in the future? Is there a move to Europe, maybe coming up? Is there anything that you can tell us?
I mean, just to a lot of growth. Like, obviously, it was just my first little mini tournament, and I'm excited for my own personal growth. I'm excited for our team growth and kind of where I end up fitting in with the team. But just there's a lot brewing for us, and everyone should just keep watching out for us Super Falcons for sure.
Okay, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Thank
Of
you so
course,
much for having me.
I'll be in touch. We'll try to get you on again to discuss a bit more, at
Yeah.
length about your life and a lot of questions that people had. But it's been a pleasure talking
Definitely.
to you very quickly
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.